Ubisoft has finally given us information about their upcoming Assassin's Creed game. And what type of a game are they developing for the next installment in the series? We have so much information that was recently just shared this week. And I've got to say though, some of the old school Assassin's Creed fans are definitely going to be disappointed with what Ubisoft had to say about what kind of an Assassin's Creed are they making for the next game. Now this information was reported by CBR.com, where they said Assassin's Creed's newest direction could alienate the longtime fans. What is the big change that Ubisoft is trying to implement here, which is basically going to alienate the longtime fans here? Now, this is what Ubisoft said, that Assassin's Creed Valhalla was the highest selling game that they have seen in the history of Assassin's Creed franchise. And somehow Ubisoft believes that the reason why this game is sold out so well is especially because Ubisoft thinks that people actually loved the RPG style in Assassin's Creed Valhalla more than the story itself, and they actually believe that the reason why this game sold out so well is only because of the RPG mechanics that they introduced in the series. And now Ubisoft has come out and made some official statements on what kind of a game they're going to be making in the future, and this is exactly what they... Because of Valhalla being one of the highest selling Assassin's Creed titles in the franchise, and due to its massive success, the company has confirmed that it will be focusing on the RPG elements of the series much more than ever. Now this is of course a huge run in terms of risk, alienating all of the old school fan base, because that is not what the original games basically represented. That is not what Assassin's Creed is. And ever since Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey, and at this moment we are at Valhalla, and all of these games have slightly been upgrading themselves in terms of how they handle the RPG system. And now that Ubisoft actually thinks that the success of Valhalla is only because of the RPG style and implementing all of the new side quest RPG, making the world massive and completely eliminating the type of stories that they used to tell with some of the most iconic old school games such as Assassin's Creed 1, Brotherhood, and the Ezio trilogy, and all those games were fantastic. But since the sales chart for Assassin's Creed Valhalla has been off the roof, and this game is of course the top third most sold game of this year, which means that Valhalla did break a huge bank for Ubisoft, and they did end up making a ton of money with this game. And the unfortunate thing is that they actually think that the reason why they made so much money is only because of the RPG mechanics that the game currently has. And unfortunately, Ubisoft has now come out and said that they're going to be focusing much more into the RPG mechanics, and they're going to make the next Assassin's Creed game a full-fledged RPG style. And I do understand that this is most probably going to be pissing off a lot of fans itself, because we as players, we as fans do understand that RPG is not the reason why Assassin's Creed Valhalla sold so many copies. It is of course because of the setting of the game, because everybody wanted to experience the Viking fantasy. The promotional trailer looked absolutely fantastic, and obviously there is no other Viking game out there which is as good as what Assassin's Creed Valhalla is in terms of open world and story and whatnot. And they're even talking about implementing more RPG into this game, which means that we're going to be getting more microtransactions, because RPG games are usually more focused into gameplays and the open world and side quest instead of focusing on the main character, the gameplay itself. And obviously when it comes to RPG games, it also means that we're most probably also going to be losing a lot of parkour system in the next Assassin's Creed game as well, because most of the RPG games that I have personally played, and none of those games actually have a good movement system in terms of players, as well as the horse or even the parkour system. Like, all the RPG games are completely different, and it seems like Ubisoft is basically going to be taking the next game in that direction. And we can of course now kiss a goodbye to all those old school Assassin's Creed games. For those of you guys who are basically expecting Ubisoft to go back to their roots and bring in some of those good old Assassin's Creed games, because that is not going to be happening anytime soon, until and of course they start losing some sales. That, well, whatever we are doing at this point is of course not working out, because at the end of the day this is all just a business, and Ubisoft is most probably going to treat this as a business of course. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, because I know that the comment section for this video is going to go nuts, and I would love to know all of your opinions. Let me know down below in the comments. And of course, if you guys are looking for a YouTube channel that covers basically everything you need to know about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, as well as all the upcoming open world games, because that is what I do on the channel, then make sure to go ahead, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on, and the most important step of all, make sure to set the notifications to all, because the broadcast YouTube platform, they don't send you guys the notification if you guys don't set it to all. So make sure you do it. And also, if you guys love to see more short and informative videos and on to the point videos without really dragging them all the way to 10 minutes long, then lads, you are welcome to my channel, because short videos is basically what I cover here. So if you want want to support me as a content creator and want to support this video, then please make sure to go ahead, take a few seconds of your time and drop a like on this video. With that being said, I hope you guys have a blast of a day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.